So now I want to talk about the Jack O'Halloran Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. So it's my pleasure to welcome Nicole Maris, Thai Young Entrepreneur Program Manager, to the stage. Nicole will be introducing this new award this year. Nicole, please join us.
All right. Thank you so much, Nitin. As Nitin mentioned, I'm here to introduce the new award, the Jack O'Halloran Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. This first video of the night will explain more about the award, the exceptional young entrepreneur the award is named after, and the program that is benefiting through a related fund. Please roll the film.
Thai Young Entrepreneurs, or TYE, is a global program that teaches high school students about invention, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We do this through a 7-month curriculum that helps students turn their own ideas into actual startups. And what's amazing about this is there's 2,000 students worldwide who experience it, and they come together, they build their startups, and then they compete for prizes at a global competition. So Jack O'Halloran was one of my students during TYE and during startup camp. You know, during that time, as the students are building their ideas, it's my role to help them understand the process and then mentor them through turning their ideas into opportunity. This scholarship is really an opportunity for others to realize their dreams. And what a gift that is.
My name is Nitin Rai. I'm president of Thai Oregon, and I was Jack's mentor. Jack was always interested in business, and one time I mentioned the TYE program and the startup camp that I was supporting, and he joined both of those programs and was very committed because he had lots of ideas. That was the special thing about him, was that he just had that gene, the entrepreneur gene inside of him, and I think he would have been really successful.
Jack was an incredibly creative, dynamic person. When he walked in the room, you knew it. And he was very much a family-oriented person. His brother and he were thick as thieves. And he just had a way about him. If you didn't know him, you were just instantly comfortable with him.
He was empathetic to a lot of issues. And I think even in his way of thinking about what he wanted to kind of put forward in terms of his ideas about work or, creating a business, everything was really around making something better, making whatever he might be pivoting from to something that just is meeting a broader need than what people perceive, whatever this is that's going on. I think if he was here today, I think he'd be trailblazing with something that we haven't even thought of, that is something that we should all get involved in.
Well, Jack had a lot of ideas. He was constantly talking about his ideas, and he would write them down, and he would keep them in a notebook. He would write them on his phone, his notes, and he would, constantly be coming up with new and different things. When I think it was 13 or 14, he decided to actually be a handyman. And I didn't know he knew how to do any of the skills that a handyman would do, but he went and got his own business cards. He made himself the CEO of Jack's Handyman service and learned all of his skills on YouTube. He said, "Mom, it doesn't take much to do some of these things. I can learn it." And so he started that company. He loved music. He was very much into music. And so he started working on some sort of app. He really never wanted to share what he was working on because he would always require people to have NDAs. I told him, you can tell me I'm your mom. I'm not going to say anything to anyone, but it was around having a commonality with music and having an app connect people through their music choices. So that was another one of them.
I think the music thing was the big one that I think took the most time and energy in terms of pulling the right people together to get this off the ground.
He went down to an attorney down in the big pink building, he told me, and he did not want me to go with him to the attorneys. When I heard he was going to the attorneys, I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder how much this is going to cost. And he said, I have it covered, Mom, don't worry. Seldom did he ask me or Chris for money. And I think, taking his innate ability to think about ideas and develop them and talk to people, the TIE program enabled him to come up with processes and really hone in on some of those ideas. And how do you take an idea from, your brain to here it is now, not only on paper, but, developing the product. So he learned a lot of that from TIE. And so that it really catapulted him into a different level of success.
I'm really thankful to Jack's family for sponsoring this scholarship. It's very touching, it's very meaningful. It's going to be great for the students who get it, because they're all very deserving students. And it's going to make Jack's memory live forever.
This is the inaugural year for the Jack O'Halloran Youth Entrepreneurship Award. And we're so pleased to announce that this year's award is going to Ashley Lynn and Serendipity Lang.
Serendipity, I just wanted to say how proud I am of what you have already accomplished in your life, and just what you are constantly bringing to your present and the future. So it was such a cool honor to work with you at TIE, and I know that you're going to continue to inspire for many, many years. So go get it, girl.
So Ashley, to say that I'm proud of you would be a gross understatement. In the 4 years that I've known you, you've gone from entrepreneur to student leader to author and many things in between. I'm so excited to see what life will bring you, and I hope this award will help you along the way.
And here with us tonight to help us honor Ashley and Serendipity, please help me welcome Jack's parents, Teresa O'Halloran and Chris Ryder, to the stage.
We are so grateful to Ty and Nitin, Sashi, Nicole, and Carrie for the opportunity to memorialize Jack in this way, and his spirit of entrepreneurship in this way, and allow other young inventors and aspiring entrepreneurs the ability to learn and grow from this fantastic program. I too have not been out in public like this in a long time, so I'm a little nervous, not to mention it's difficult to get up here when your son is being memorialized, but I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Jack's participation in TIE gave him not only an education on the tools to succeed, but allowed him to collaborate and learn critical life skills from these amazing adult mentors. He also met other like-minded young people with similar goals and visions that became friends and often networked with. Now more than ever, Young people need to be able to expand their circles of influence and positive influence and have ways to be part of something much bigger than just themselves. Ty inspired Jack to develop his plans for the future. And although sadly he's not here to say it, Ty was a very important part of his growth and transition into young adulthood. Ty provided lessons not taught in his high school classroom. Every kid should have an opportunity to experience this and to reach high and become a productive and positive member of our community. On behalf of Jack and our entire family across the country, I hope you will join us in our desire to help as many young people as possible and to have the same opportunity and to be part of this very special program. Sorry, I've screwed up already. So thank you for all for being here and learning about Jack's story. Again, we're very touched and honored to be part of this. I would like to welcome Ashley Lynn and Sarah Dippity Lang to the stage to accept their awards. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. This is, I'm at a loss for words, but it's really an honor to kind of be standing here right now and to be receiving this award, because I think, you know, Jack's TYU story is something that so many students share. I think TYU played such an important role in just helping me like see how big the world is, and just having a sense of agency and just feeling like I can actually build things that made the world better. And it was just really incredible to kind of see that kind of just shine out from the video. And yeah, it's really an honor to be able to kind of help pass his legacy forward.
So unfortunately, Serendipity could not be here tonight. She was actually here a little bit earlier, if anybody had a chance to meet her, but she wanted to thank Jack's family so much, and she wanted me to mention that that's the life of an entrepreneur. I just have so much to do, and she was on her way to a drama production, so. Congratulations, Ashley and Sarah. You're in the embodiments of Jack's entrepreneurial spirit, and we're so proud of you. So as you also learned in the video, the Ty Oregon Foundation and Jack's family have teamed up to create the Jack O'Halloran TYE Fund. This supports deserving students eager to go through the Ty Young Entrepreneurs Program. Now, each of you is given a donation card, a bright green donation card at your table to help fill the fund for students with the entrepreneurial spirit like Jack. Here to help me this evening with the fundraising effort is Shashi Jan, Ty Global Education Director and TYE instructor. Shashi.
Well, hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Shashi Jan. I'm TYE Global Education Director, and What that means is I work with the TYE curriculum, and I'm an instructor here in TYE, Oregon. It's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to be part of all these students' journeys. And we're standing here because, I have the honor now to be here with Jack's family as we inaugurate this Jack O'Halloran Young Entrepreneur Award. So it's one thing that has really struck me about all of this is that it reminded me of, remembrance and remembering people. And in my own family, one of the things that we do is we take on a characteristic of the person that's no longer with us. And here is an opportunity for us to do the same, to help us, students take on entrepreneurship, which was so central to Jack. And my part in this is to help you help those students. During the next part of the night, we'll be asking for donations, and it's my job to really help you understand the impact. Unfortunately, we don't have those cool paddles that you normally get at galas and whatnot here, but we do have these wonderful donation forms. They're bright green, can't miss them. So I'm going to ask you to hear me and listen to what just a little bit of funding can do to help a program like TYE. So think about $100. I spent $100 in coffee. Well, before the pandemic, I spent $100 in coffee per week, actually. But $100 provides a Chromebook to a student. And a Chromebook is, for someone who doesn't have it, is a portal to all these amazing resources online, to mentorship, to tools that they otherwise didn't have to multiply their ideas and their impact. $250 is an amount that will sponsor one student in the community program for TYE, and that covers mentoring, supplies, and there's a lot of supplies, art supplies and things like that, and all of the things that we need to provide them this entrepreneurial education. $500 is an amount that can support 2 students, of course, but also the materials needed to help a team turn their ideas into a rapid prototype, to bring that thing to life. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like seeing a student who's built something, who's built their idea and given it form. And once they see that they can do that, it's such a powerful thing. That's $500. $1,000. That's enough to send one student to the TYE Global Competition. And when you send a student to a competition where they're competing against hundreds of their peers, something changes in them. I've had the privilege of seeing this 6, 7 times now, and you can see it on their faces when they go and they see that their idea not only was something that people wanted, but they could actually go and win competitions, and that other people would validate that from other parts of the world. And this is a global competition. 30 chapters run TYE, 2,000 students per year, some in India, some here in the US, some in Australia, one in Canada. It's pretty amazing competition. So that's $1,000 to send one student to a competition. For us to add a classroom here in Oregon, it's a roughly $12,000 cost for us to find a teacher, hire a teacher, and get everything set up. So think about that. In a relatively small amount of money, we can reach so many students. Out of those 2,000 students, about 200 of them are here in Oregon, spread across 14 classrooms. And it's such a pleasure, it's such an amazing pleasure to be able to say that. And out of those 14 classrooms, 13 of them are in underprivileged schools. And then the rest is in the community program. Our goal for tonight is to raise $15,000. And that would allow us not only to serve the students in our existing classrooms, but also to expand into another classroom, which I would love to call the Jack O'Halloran TYE classroom, if I can get permission from parents. So for those of you who are watching online or at home, please use the Donate Now button under the Jack O'Halloran Young Entrepreneur Award TYE Fund on the main screen. For those of you who are here with us tonight, please take out your donation cards and get ready. I do believe we will have some Okay, so we are going slightly out of order here. We're not going to have any additional remarks. What we are going to do is get right into donations. So let me tell you a little bit about how these will work. We're going to, out of those levels that I spoke to you about, we're going to go through each one, just like we would in a paddle race. I'll explain the impact, and I'll ask you to fill out a card. So fill out the card is real easy. It's just a few fields. It commits you to, it's a signal that you will donate a certain amount. And then we will have some runners come by and pick up the cards. And you know, when we run out at one level, we'll go to the very next level, and the volunteers will come around and collect them again. And hopefully, you know, you won't have to see me too terribly long, and it's a real simple process. So, is everyone ready? All right, let's get started. So I would like to start at the $2,500 level. I call this the program level because here you can have an outsized impact. $2,500. $2,500 is 1/6 of the way to, or 1/5 of the way for us to get to a classroom. You could be 20% of this, of a new classroom for TYE. $2,500 also covers the cost of 10 students to join the TYE program. So either way, you're having an outsized impact. If we get just 5 of these donations, we can open a new classroom. And I'm thrilled to say that we have one right now. So big props to charter member Doug DeWeese, who's already donated at $2,500. Thank you, Doug. Where are you? Good, raise your hand if you're in the room. Okay, great. Is there anyone out there who'd like to commit to $2,500? Nathan, amazing, thank you. Amazing, thank you. 3, we got 3. Amazing, thank you so much. Just hold them high and we have a volunteer come by and get them, if you would. Hold them up high. So we have 4 donations of $2,500, which is so amazing. We're almost there to that that new classroom. Anyone else? I will say that you know, that it may seem like a lot, but again, $2,500. Thank you, sir. Hold it up high, please. Yes. And that is one new classroom for TYE. Please give everyone a round of applause too. That's amazing. $2,500. All right. Anyone else? This is the time to be generous here. All right. Thank you so much for your generosity, everyone, all of our donors at the $2,500 program level. A huge thanks. We're going to move on to the $1,000 donation level. This is one I call our skills or competition level. So again, this level you can support 5 new students in the TYE program, or you can help students build a new skill. So many students that come to us have you know, a skills gap, some basic skills that they're missing. Those are things that we can teach. Sometimes they need to learn a new subject matter, sewing, for example, or rapid prototyping, 3D modeling. These are life skills that will serve them regardless of if they start their own business. But we use these funds to help them get those skills. $1,000 also sends a student to the global pitch competition. You could change the life of a student by showing them that they are competitive at a global level. So help us get started at this level. Jack's family has decided to donate the first $1,000. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa and Chris. Who else will join them in changing a life? Another 1,000, amazing, thank you. Anyone else? Let me tell you a little bit about what it means to go to the global competition. So our students go through 7 months of leadership or entrepreneurship, education and innovation curriculum. And what they do is they pitch their ideas to each other, they form teams, they go off and build their startup, and then they compete against each other. So we have, 30 different teams that are competing just here in Portland. And to get to the top of that, then we send the team that wins that competition, our local competition, to global competition. So by the time that the students have gotten there, they have pitched at least 5 times, and almost all of them have gone through Thai Angels as well, and pitched to Ben and Hope. So these are students who have really invested in themselves, and like Commissioner Jayapal said, this is your chance to help these students to invest in this program so the students can invest in themselves. So I'm asking you, who will invest $1,000 into our program? Amazing. Thank you. Hold them high, please. They'll come in 9. Krishna will come get them. By the way, these 2 students, Krishna and Nicole, are actually part of our student leadership program. So big props to them. I don't think they've gotten really recognized yet. $1,000. Anyone else? All right. Thank you for those who've donated at the $1,000 level. We're going to move on to the $500 level. This is a level that will help us purchase prototyping supplies for our students. And I ain't gonna lie, this is my favorite level and the favorite one to talk about. These students are so creative, like you can't even imagine. When they talk about their ideas, they don't talk about things that they can do today. They talk about building things that adults would say that they can do, or what they could do if they were unlimited. So what you're seeing here are examples of what they start with. So if they're building, if their ideas around apparel, they build the apparel. They take it to competition. They take it to shows. We actually have had, and Trish is here somewhere. Trish is the teacher who teaches them how to make apparel. Trish, awesome. Amazing, Trish. Trish has taught these students how to make leather out of mushrooms and build new products out of that. We have helped students build precision agriculture drones. We've had students pitch to us advanced body armor made out of graphene. Well, how do you do that? Well, you're not going to build graphene out of $500. I'll tell you that to begin with. But what they're building are prototypes that help them have a conversation with a customer. And that conversation is the teaching, is the learning. You will find that students will come out of the program having no inhibitions about talking to customers, finding the customers, and then having a conversation with them. So $500 is the way that it connects to that is it helps them build prototypes that have these deep conversations with customers. So I've spoken enough. Who here will put in $500 towards helping us with rapid prototyping? Got 1, got 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. Thank you so much. Hold them high. Nicole, Krishna, please come around. Thank you so much. And the kind of prototypes that we see with these students is really unlimited. They'll really push the bounds as well. There's one year I remember a student team had come up with this Ayurvedic Band-Aid that had a brilliant little idea that you take Ayurvedic medicines related to turmeric, and they were making bandages out of this, and they were naturally antibacterial, and they were insanely inexpensive to produce. And so, they actually built these things. They took a box of Band-Aids and made these things, and they handed them out to people who would, who they saw visibly had cuts. So it's the kind of things that these students do as entrepreneurs is pretty astounding. The things that they learned from that, they came back and they really did amazing things. So $500. Thank you so much for everyone who's done that. I'm going to go for one more round. Anyone want to put in the $500? Again, this is rapid prototyping is one of my favorite parts of the program, and it helps us elevate what the students are able to do. All right, $500. Thanks everyone for who contributed to this level. All right. You know what? There's one thing that I did not say, and that this is the most important thing. So to help us get started at 500, the first 500 that went in was from Thomas and Patricia Inglis, who are Jack's grandparents. So I'm sorry for missing that. And to help us get started at the $250 level, I'm going to thank Tom O'Halloran, who is Jack's brother. He's putting in the first 250 with Mackenzie Johnson. Again, $250 is enough to support one student on their entrepreneurial journey. Who will help a student on their way? $250. Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you. So many students. Hold them high, please. We have a few students who will come around and help them for you. I mean, amazing. You know, if I'm counting this is like 12 new students. This is that's like math is hard right now. You have 200 students, it should be easy. That's you know, 6% bump in students. Can we bump that up to 20 new students? I would love to have 20 new students in the fall. We have a new classroom, right? So let's get another 8 students there, please. Is anyone willing to put in 250? Amazing. Thank you. $250 to change a life. That's the best bargain in the world. Is anyone else willing to change a life? Well, it's amazing to have your support here. So $250. Thanks. Give everyone an applause for that. Round of applause for that. All right. So our final level is $100. So a $100 donation is, again, enough to support a Chromebook, which is a critical resource for our students to get online and make use of their resources. Each one of our students here, you know, they benefit from the mentorship of our program, from the materials that we can get for them, even for little things like, you know, matching t-shirts. When you go and you present a global competition, you have matching t-shirts. It's just that extra little level, next level thing. So $100 will go towards supporting the overall program and the needs that are within. So you know what? I'm going to do the first $100 in. Right? Please, who will join me? $100, amazing. We've got $100 all around the room. Wonderful. You know, it occurs to me, I haven't really been telling you the stories of the students on the slides. So this student was, I believe, at not Rosemary Anderson, but Benson High School. It created a jacket that would, or a backpack that would pop open and protect you from the rain. Which I thought was really cool because I could totally use something like that, especially if it fit under, you know, if you had something that fit under a jacket like this. Team up in the upper right was a team we sent to globals. This one built a melanoma detector in an iPhone app. It's amazing stuff, and it was super accurate. They had like access to private data that no one else had, and this team was super sharp. And then we have other teams that just you know, are able to take that idea that's inside of their inside of their head, something that they've observed even just around their high school and solve that problem. So $100 can help a student realize that they are the solution, that it's possible for them to build something that someone else wants and that they can deliver it. Who's going to help me help those students? Who's going to help me invest in the program that it helps the students invest in themselves? We've got just a little bit more time to get donations. Love to see a few more $100 donations. Raise them high. Oh, 9, Krishna, come and get mine too. So they're coming up here, both of them. If you're going to do a donation, they're up and about. Please do give them something to pick up. Amazing. All right. I want to really thank you. This was well beyond my expectations. So give yourselves a round of applause.